Hi friend, welcome to this Yin Yoga practice for your hips. For this practice, it would be helpful to have a couple of blocks or books and a bolster cushion or a couple of pillows, something that you could use to make a bolster cushion. Once you have those props gathered, please come into a supportive and easeful seat for your body. We'll start seated together. So you could be sitting cross-legged like I am, but you could also choose to kneel or have one or both of your legs extended. You also might decide to sit up on one of the props that you have nearby. And take your time to make any adjustments you need to and really settle in here. Roll your shoulders out a few times and take some deeper breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. One more like that. And as your shoulders settle, either lower your gaze or close your eyes. Find a supportive place for your hands here, whether on your thighs or in your lap. Perhaps bring the pointer and thumb finger together to create a circuit of energy there. Just a really soft point of contact. Feel the weight of the bones of your legs and your pelvis settling here, settling into gravity. Feel your sitting bones rooting equally. Imagine your sitting bones rooting down 500 feet into the earth. And from that very stable, grounded foundation, maybe you can sit up a little bit taller. Feel your spine upright, heart lifting, the top tips of your ears lifting. And jaw and mouth can soften. Sides of your neck and throat soften. Shoulders are relaxed. Palms and fingertips are quiet. And taking these for several moments as your transition time. Just allow the events of your day so far to settle into the background of your awareness. As you welcome into the foreground your breath, draw your attention to your breath. And without doing anything special to your breath, simply notice where you feel the breath most distinctly. It could be in the rise and fall of your abdomen, or it might be the sensation of breath moving through your nostrils. Anchor your awareness to the sensation of your breath. Follow the pathway of your inhale. Follow the pathway of your exhale. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, connecting in Anjali Mudra. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs, sit tall. You may wish to set an intention for your practice. The intention can be thought of as a purpose or a focus. And if you're not too sure, you could ask yourself, why am I here? What is it that motivated me to roll out my mat, to set aside some time for practice? What do you need or wish to cultivate or create at this time? If you have an intention, you could repeat it silently 3 times. And trust that it's been acknowledged. Keeping your eyes closed or gaze lowered for now, start to rub your palms together. Create some heat between the hands. And when your hands feel warm, bring that warmth over your eyes, cup your eyes. Drink a deep breath in and let it go. Start to blink your eyes open into your hands and release your hands, coming back into the light. Again, welcome in. Thanks for being here. If you're sitting up on a prop, you can move that off to the side. Bring your legs out, give them a little stretch, maybe a little bit of a bounce or a wiggle. And then step your feet onto the mat about wider than your hips, and let your knees rock side to side a few times, like windshield wipers. And then bring your feet together, soles of your feet together, knees wide, setting up for butterfly shape here. And in our yin practice, we'll take quite a wide shape with this butterfly, so not drawing the heels in really tight, but having some space between the heels and the groins. You might reach back and pull any flesh from your buttocks straight out behind you so you can feel your sitting bones rooting. If you feel any discomfort in your knees, your hips, along your inner or outer knee lines, it could be helpful to bring blocks or books just outside the legs as some additional support. Usually that takes care of any discomfort through the knees and hips. We will be taking this into flexion for the spine, some rounding. So just take your time as you're moving into this first longer held yin shape. What you're feeling for is some moderate sensation. In our yin practice, this is what's known as the first edge of sensation. It's that place where you feel something, but it's not too much and it's not too little. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you're feeling for a 5, about a 5. And here's where you might like to have some pillows between your mat, your feet, and your upper body, or a bolster cushion if you have that. And creating some support there to rest over, perhaps. And then once you've found that first edge, that 5 out of 10, you'll allow yourself to settle into stillness. And stillness is the second principle of the practice. And then we hold these shapes for time, usually somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. And I'll be the timekeeper, so you don't need to worry about that. You can simply settle in here and let go. And enjoy some quiet space to start to connect inward into your body and the internal experience of being in this shape. And once again, draw your awareness to your breath. And you could stay with that, with awareness of breath. You also could open your awareness to sensations in your body. Noticing where you feel this stretch or tension or resistance. And perhaps notice the qualities of the sensation that you're feeling. Is there a temperature to what you're feeling? Is there a texture to what you're feeling? And how does the sensation flow and change as you stay in this shape, marinating here? Now you're at about the halfway point. So here's a good place to check in with that first edge and just see if it's shifted at all for you. If it feels the same, just stay as you are, keep breathing here. If it feels like that 5 has sort of faded and now it's like a 2 or a 3, you might choose to fold a little bit deeper. If you've got a prop, you could lower it or remove it. And conversely, sometimes after we've been in a shape for some time, what felt moderate can suddenly feel too much, in which case you would want to back off. And after you've made any adjustments, if you are adjusting, just come right back into stillness. Dive right back into your breath and into sensations in your body. And final minute here. Last 3 breaths. Maybe let the exhales come out your mouth, softening and letting go. Last 2. Last 1. It's very, very important as you release from these long held poses to do so slowly and gently. And take your time now. Start to round all the way up. Bringing your spine upright once again. You can help your legs to close like you're closing a big book. Move any props out of the way. Lean back in your hands. We'll take those windshield wiper motions again. Walk your feet a little wider. And let your knees rock side to side a few times. Moans and groans are welcome anytime, and cleansing breaths out your mouth might help to release tension and effort and resistance in your body. So go for it. We'll move into deer pose next. Bring your left leg forward, and the left shin will be more or less parallel with the short edge of your mat, the front of your mat. And bring your right leg out beside you, and that shin will be parallel with the other edge of your mat. So you're creating sort of a 90-90 shape with the legs, or a zigzag shape with the legs. If you find that you're sort of rocking off to one side, feel free to draw your heels in a little bit closer so that you can ground your sitting bones and find a more level pelvis. You're also welcome to draw the heels in closer if that just feels better for your hips and your knees here. We'll be taking this once again into a forward fold, and that might be just sort of hanging out here on your hands. Maybe you're coming down onto some support, your block or your book or your stack of pillows, or perhaps you're bringing your forearms all the way down onto your mat. And if you're coming quite low, you might even bring some support underneath your head if you want to let your head hang down. So again, you're just looking for that first edge of sensation, that place where you're feeling something. It's not too much, it's not too little. About a 5 out of 10. And maybe as you settle into this new shape, you take a couple of those cleansing breaths. Really invite your body to soften. Hands are soft. Jaw is relaxed. Teeth are unclenched. Offer your attention and a compassionate curiosity to what it is you're feeling and where you're feeling it. And just a note about sensation here. If what you're feeling is a stretching feeling, maybe a dull aching, some pulsing, or dull throbbing, resistance, tension, these are all fine qualities to be experiencing, sensations to be experiencing. If at any point you feel sensations such as stabbing, anything fiery, electrical, even body parts. Sometimes it happens to the hands or the feet or the limbs. Body parts falling asleep or going tingly or numb. These are all sensations that you want to back away from. These are signals of pain from your body. So again, anything stabbing, fiery, electrical, numbness, tingling, these are sensations to move away from. And if what you're feeling is some resistance, some tension, it might not be comfortable, but it's okay to stay with, to breathe into, to get curious about. One more minute here. Perhaps there's a little bit of room opened up in your tissues to explore a deeper variation. You could fold a little bit deeper. Maybe bring your legs to more of a 90-90 angle if they're not there already. Or alternatively, you might find that you need to back off if things have become too much, if that 5 out of 10 feels like an 8 or a 9. And final 3 breaths here. Last 2. Last 1. Remembering that principle of coming out of the pose really slowly. Take your time and root your hands. Slowly press yourself all the way back and up. Take your time to bring your legs forward. Move carefully. Again, moaning, groaning, sighing, it's all good. Take some windshield wiper motions just to release. And then we'll find that same shape second side, deer pose second side. Right leg comes forward, left leg goes off to the side. Remember that you can angle your legs however feels best for you. So I'm finding more of a 90-degree angle with my legs, but you could draw your heels in quite a bit if that's better for you. And if you're at all feeling uncomfortable underneath the bones of your ankles or your knees, definitely pad up those areas. Be comfortable here as best you can. And take this into your variation of a forward fold. Now that might mean you're staying right here. If you're feeling moderate sensation, great, stay here. Okay, otherwise, perhaps walking hands forward, maybe bringing some support down under your forearms. Maybe forearms come right down to your mat. I'm much tighter on this side, so I'm staying more upright. And you might find the same thing, that things can be quite different on either side of your body. And please honor whatever is available and feels appropriate from side to side. And know that it's totally normal to have one side that feels tighter or more spacious than the other. And take your time to settle in, finding that first edge of sensation, sticking with the moderate sensation, 5 out of 10. And dive into your breath, dive into the sensations that you're experiencing. Notice how this experience might be different than the first side. In terms of where you're feeling the sensation and the quality of the sensation. My teacher, my Yin teacher, Bernie Clark, he always reminds me that it doesn't matter what the shape looks like. It doesn't matter how far forward you're folded or how much your legs look like a 90-90 angle. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. It's as simple as that. You could take a scan of your body and just see if there's any tightness or holding resistance that you could soften here. Maybe around your shoulders or your jaw, your hands. As we move into the final minute here, you could check in with that first edge of sensation to see if it's shifted for you, if you need to deepen or back off to reestablish moderation. And after you've made any shifts, just come right back into stillness, right back to your breath. Final 3 breaths here. Last 2. Last 1. Move slower than you think you can. And start to climb your spine back up to vertical. And then draw your legs forward and help that back leg forward. And find those windshield wiper motions one more time here, stepping feet wider than hips. Allow your knees to rock side to side. Oh, feel free to release with a sigh or a groan or a yawn. Whenever that feels complete for you, that bit of movement, please come to lie down either on your back body or your front body, however you feel supported and comfortable lying down. And just take a moment, about a minute or so, to pause here and allow those first few shapes to settle. If your low back feels sensitive, keep your knees bent and your feet planted. Otherwise, you could extend your legs long. Arms can rest beside your body, or maybe you want to bring your hands to rest over your body, over your belly, your ribs, your heart. And close your eyes here if that's comfortable for you. Just feel the support of the earth underneath you. Allow yourself to grow heavy here. And as you rest, I'll offer some metta, loving kindness affirmations. If you connect with these, you're welcome to repeat them to yourself like mantra. And if they don't resonate for you, that's fine. Just let them float by like clouds. May I be at peace with what has happened, is happening, and will happen. May I be at peace with what has happened, is happening, and will happen. May I be at peace. May all beings be at peace. May there be peace on earth. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a little hug. If you're lying on your belly, you can just stay there. Maybe ease yourself back into child's pose. My friends, on your back body, after you've hugged your knees in a little, you can roll to one side or rock yourself up to seated. And make your way onto hands and knees. You may wish to have your props just within reach for this next little series. And from hands and knees, step your right leg forward. And you could inch your back knee back a little bit here. If you'd like some padding for that back knee, definitely support that back knee with a blanket or cushion or towel. We'll just hang out here in this lunge position for a few breaths. To intensify things, you simply need to shift the back knee back and soften your hips forward. So if you want less intensity, you can crawl that back knee in a little bit and shift your hips back slightly. That'll take the stretch out of the hips. Or knee back, really sit into your hips. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. It's totally up to you. So here's where the props might be helpful. If it's hard to get your hands all the way down to the mat, you could slide your books or your blocks underneath your hands here. Find your breath as we move into the hips. The breath can tighten up a little. Just notice if that's happening for you. Maybe your emotions are tightening up. Maybe your thoughts are tightening up. Bring some softness here and offer some breath. So you could stay just like this, or moving into lizard pose. You'll walk that front foot out wide and bring your arm inside. Again, you could stay with hands up on blocks, or maybe you're bringing your hands down onto your mat. Perhaps you're bringing your forearms even lower down onto one of your props, maybe even right down onto your mat. That does not work for my body, so I can't demonstrate it, but you might be able to bring your forearms right down onto your mat here. Really, really working your breath here. Deep inhales, complete exhales, maybe even exhaling out your mouth if that helps to release tension and resistance. And soften what you can, your hands, your jaw, your thoughts about how much this sucks, perhaps. It's the thing about sensations and really any experience, whether we decide that it's pleasant or unpleasant, it will surely change. It won't last forever. And one final variation that you could explore here, if it feels okay for your knee, that front knee, you could start to peel the sole of the foot up off the mat and come to stand on the outer blade of the foot and let your knee wing out to the side. Again, maybe bringing forearms down onto a prop or right down onto your mat. Final variation, you could tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Yowza. I'm going to choose to bring my knee back down, but you could stay with that back leg extended. And don't worry, I have my eye on the clock. Deep breaths here. Last 3 breaths, well done. Last 2. Last 1, letting go. Okay, even if you want to get out of here really, really fast, please take your time. Be very gentle, slow, and careful. As you begin to press yourself up, you can bring that front leg back behind you And really whatever feels good to reset here and release. Maybe a little bit of movement for your hips, maybe some cat-cow, maybe a child's pose, or you may like something as dynamic as a downward facing dog. And just see what the body's asking for. And we'll move into the second side. Oh, joy. Now you know what's coming, maybe, but it is a new side. So treat it like a brand new experience. You've never been here before, not exactly on this day as your body is in this moment. So just see what's here. Maybe you want to step the back knee back a little bit further. Maybe you've got props under your hands. There's a little bit of support there. And remembering that, this is a different side than the first side, so it could be a totally different experience. You might have more space to explore on this side. You might be a lot tighter, and you might need to just back off a little bit. See what's here, what's available, what's appropriate. Finding some moderate sensation to work with. And really breathe into what you're feeling. You might even visualize sending your inhale breath into wherever you're feeling this sensation most intensely. Almost as if the inhale could break up any tension or resistance that you might be feeling. And then the exhale breath carries that tension away. Inhaling to break up tension, exhaling to carry it away. Again, you could stay just like this, or to explore lizard pose, walk that front foot out wide, and bring both arms inside the front leg. Stay here, or maybe lowering down a little, forearms onto some support, or right onto your mat perhaps. And then that last couple of variations, maybe you start to peel the sole of that front foot up away from the mat and wing the knee out to the side. And last little variation here, you might tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. Your final minute here. Breathe into what you feel. Use the exhales to release, to let go. Final 3 breaths here. Last 2. Last 1. Oh, and slower than you think you can or want to. Be very gentle. Oh yeah, eventually bring that leg back behind you. Oh. And release with any sort of movement here. Maybe a child's pose. Maybe a down dog or some cat-cow. And eventually come to lie right down on your front body. And if that's not comfortable for you, you could lie on your back or your side. Again, we'll just take
a little bit of time here to rest, to let that process and to lengthen out the hip flexors. So you could crisscross your forearms and rest your head on your arms, or stack your hands and rest your head there, or turn your head to one side if that's comfortable for your neck. May I feel safe in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. May I feel safe in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. May I feel safe. Take a deep breath in and let it go. You'd like a little bit of movement here. Gently wiggle your hips side to side. You could take some of those windshield wiper motions again. Just pick up your feet. Rock your legs side to side a few times. Transitioning up to all fours once again. As you're ready, bring your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to all fours. You're moving into child's pose from here. A wide-legged child's pose if that's available for you. So big toes come together, knees wide. You might incorporate a bolster or pillows or whatever props you've got here to rest over as you come into child's pose. Okay, or maybe you're doing this without props today. And if this variation, if the wide-legged variation doesn't serve you, no problem, you could bring your legs together. And finding that first edge of sensation, that 5 out of 10. If your legs are wide apart, you might be able to reach your arms back through your legs, palms face up, as I'm doing. Or arms are stretching forward, whatever feels most supportive here. And as you settle in, maybe take a couple of big exhales out your mouth. Just really invite the bones of your body to grow heavy. Muscles let go. Skin softens. Really settling here into the very natural downward pull of gravity. If you happen to have your head turned away from center, and you haven't yet switched sides, go ahead and do that as long as that feels okay for your neck. Just bring some balance to your neck here. Final minute here. Maybe adjusting, reestablish moderation, and settle right back into your breath, into the sensations in your body. Offering your deepest attention, your deepest listening here. Listening to this internal experience. Final 3 breaths. Enjoy. Last 2. Last 1. And slower than you think is possible. Sloth-like speed. Begin to bring your hands under your shoulders and ease your way back up. Take your time to transition to lying down on your back body here. Again, if your low back feels sensitive today, keep your knees bent and your feet planted. Otherwise, you could extend your legs long. Anywhere that your hands feel supported is great. Feel the earth beneath you, all those contact points between your body and the earth. May I experience love wherever I am. May I experience love wherever I am. May I experience love. May all beings experience love. May we all love and be loved. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Your choice here for a little bit of movement to reset, to release maybe some windshield wiper motions. Maybe draw your knees in for a hug and take a little rock. And whenever that's complete for you, transition up to seated. Find a supportive seat here, perhaps sitting up on one of your props. Again, you could sit cross-legged, but you're welcome to kneel or have one or both legs extended, whatever works for your body. Settle into your seat. And I'll just take a couple of minutes
to explore Nadi Shodhan, or alternate nostril breathing. So if your nose feels congested today, simply sit and imagine inhaling through your left nostril, exhaling right, inhaling right nostril, exhaling left. Just visualize that movement of the breath. Okay, it also has benefits. If your nose is feeling clear, bring your right hand, the peace fingers can either tuck into your hand or you can bring them to rest along your eyebrow line at the third eye. So either of those is great. Your right thumb will be used to block your right nostril, and your right ring and pinky fingers will be used to block your left nostril. So sit up nice and tall, sitting bones rooted, spine uplifted. We'll start with a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Close your mouth, block your right nostril, inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. That's one round. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. That's two rounds. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. That's three. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. That's four. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. That's five. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Six rounds, two more. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Seven, last round. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. And release your hand back to your lap. And come back to your own natural rhythm of breath here. Your eyes are closed or gaze is lowered. Sitting bones rooted, spine uplifted. Jaws relaxed. Neck and throat are soft. welcome to stay right here and enjoy a longer meditation period. Or you may wish to come into Shavasana by lying down and taking rest. Start to take some deeper breaths. If you're resting in Shavasana, enjoy some movement, feel for some life in your fingers and your toes. Keep your eyes really soft as you transition to a seated position to close practice. As you collect yourself in your seat, take a moment just to notice how you feel. Notice your inner weather here. Check in with your physical body. Perhaps you feel a little more spacious, a little more grounded, a little more connected. Notice your mental state. Perhaps thoughts have settled and there's more focus now. Notice any emotions present for you here. There's no right or wrong way to feel. You simply feel how you feel, and you're experiencing what you're experiencing in this moment. And do your best to welcome whatever's here with compassion and non-judgment. hands together in front of your heart. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs, sit tall. If you had set an intention, just return to it now. See if that's something you'd like to take with you into the rest of your day. Or maybe there's a new intention or some other benefit from your practice that you'd like to take with you, an insight or discovery or quality. And whatever it is that you might be taking with you, perhaps it's something that can be shared. This way we take whatever benefits we receive from our practice out into the world. Allow those benefits to radiate out to the benefit of all beings everywhere. Offering a gentle bow here, this gesture of gratitude, humility, and acknowledgement. Thank yourself for making some time for your practice. Find this connection between your body, your mind, and your heart. And linking your eyes open as you're ready, lift your gaze. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your practice. I'm wishing you a really lovely rest of your day. Namaste.